You're late. Didn't I tell you this was urgent? Hold on. You're not Tommy's cousin. Who are you and what are you doing here? I'm in your way? This is my fucking house. But shit, I like your style. Right now, I need someone to take charge. It might as well be you. I bet it must have come as a shock to open the door and see Casey fucking Clarkson on the other side. Well, this is an American Top 40. If you want a fucking autograph, it'll have to wait until we deal with this. Look at this stupid, chem-addled fuck. Floating in my tub. You're a shitberg, you hear me? You're a fucking iceberg made of shit. And if you didn't hear me, I'm gonna go on my goddamned radio show and make a long-distance dedication straight to fucking hell. Alright, now here's what we're gonna do. The cops are gonna be here any minute now. They're gonna want to know about my friend here. You're gonna tell them that you invited him over. What? You think I killed him? It was Chem's Einstein. The kid took more than he could handle. I'm Casey Clarkson, the voice of American Top 40. You can drag my name through the mud, but I'm not going to let someone tarnish an entire institution with some wild tale about drugs and sodomy. When the cops come, you just tell them I lent you my apartment. We can say I was touched by a dedication you made on the air. So imagine my shock to find you brought this man over and did God knows what in my tub. The cops file a report, ambulance takes the body, you go home with me owing you a favor. What kind of a question is that? We're in my apartment. The one you're gonna tell the cops I lent you. It was me. One of my neighbors called the house and I picked up the phone thinking it was Tommy. Now that they know I was here, I have to make it seem like I walked in, saw the body, and called the police. So, yeah, they're on their way.
So this is how the other side lives. Why don't I have floors like this?
Maybe because you don't have that golden radio voice. You're more like aluminium foil.
Says the gal whose voice sounds like a dead cat in a tin can.
Your wife says that too, Brooks? We have more in common than I thought.
I guess it's just as well. This face was made for TV anyway.
Detectives! I'm so glad you could come on such short notice.
Well, it's not every day the voice of American Top 40 calls us about a body.
Hey, I'm just as shocked as you are. When I came back from vacation in the Bahamas, the last thing I was expecting was this.
You go out there often?
Oh yeah. I own a little cabana out there by the ocean.
I need to get me one of those. But hard to do on my salary. So where's the body?
In the bathtub.
Alright, let's take a look.
You know, Mr. Clarkson, now may not be the best place for this, but I was wondering if you could make a dedication on air to my wife. Her name's Cindy, with an I, from Detective Brooks in Narcotics. I was thinking maybe you could pick the song too, something those romantic types like.
You didn't tell us about the blood.
Well, it's like I told you. I just got here. I lent this apartment to one of my dedicated listeners.
I guess that's you then. So what happened here, huh? Whose blood is that on the ground? Yeah, we'll have to see what the coroner says. I'm not gonna put words in his mouth, but after seeing this blood, I can sure as hell read his lips.
I think we just need help understanding the timeline here. So, Casey lent you his apartment. Why? The dedications are great, aren't they? Best part of the show, if you ask me. So, he lent you his apartment and you brought a friend over. Who is he? Sorry to hear it. I had a friend from high school who got hooked on China White. Damn shame what chems will do to you.
Brooks, I want to talk to you for a second.
You're doing great, kid, but we're not out of the woods yet. Well, Tommy's cousin was supposed to bring over the dope, so we're gonna need to replace that. If you don't have anything on you, I've got some on the shelf, stashed behind the carton of cigarettes. It may not be as good as Tommy's stuff, but it looks the part. I need you to plant it on the body, and hurry. Remember, stick to the story.
Damn, the guy's floor is so clean they
Not
could
now,
disinfect
we're
a
working the
turd.
case.
Remember, stick to the story.
I'm afraid we're gonna have to take you down to the station, Casey.
Why? I've told you everything I know.
You have, but there are some inconsistencies with your story. For one, I don't see any evidence of chem use.
With all due respect, Detective, my friend here saw the man using. Why don't you check the body again?
Alright, fine. Huh.
What is it?
Well, I must be getting sloppy. I owe you an apology, Top 40. This guy was definitely loading up.
Hey, don't even sweat it. Mistakes happen. What's important is someone's family just lost someone they love.
You gonna make a dedication on air?
Of course. Even chem fiends have families. When you ID the man, just let me know who his mother is and I'll take care of the rest.
You're a good man, Casey. A bona fide institution.
No, Detective. I'm just doing what any good American would do.
We'll talk to you when it's time.
You did a fine job, kid. We swept this pile of dust right under the rug. And you, my friend, are one hell of a broom. More importantly, we saved my show. And in good times, and bad, America needs Top 40 radio. Of course, I could give you the number of my agent or set you up with a movie star. But I think you're the type who likes cold hard cash. Here's enough green to fill your mattress. Hell, you could probably sleep on the money instead. Bottle caps? Oh, that's rich. But if that's what you want, I think there's a soda machine outside the building. Locked, huh? Funny you should say that, because the other day I found this key in my pocket. I couldn't for the life of me figure out what it was for. But hey, maybe you can use it. Anyways, I gotta stay here and give Tommy a ring. Then I'm gonna give him an earful.
Can you believe it? Casey fucking Clarkson in the flesh.
So, let me get this straight. Don made a dedication on American Top 40, the most popular show on radio, to another man's wife.
And Brooks is a cop, too. He could literally start a fight with you and then arrest you for assaulting an officer.
Jeez. What was he thinking?
I don't know. When I asked him why, he said, Detective Brooks doesn't strike me as the kind of guy who listens to Top 40 radio.
But his wife does.
Detective Brooks also doesn't strike me as the kind of guy who knows his wife's preferences. My brother being one of them.
You know, I'm beginning to think he isn't a very good detective.
To be fair, neither are you. I've been nudging my head towards the door for about 2 minutes. and you still haven't figured out we have a guest.
Oh, hey! You must be here for the party. We had to cancel, but you're welcome to stay and hang out with the three of us. I'm Mara. My friend over there is Sean, and you've probably already met Kate. Really? You must go to some wild parties then. We're too lazy to go out, but responsible enough to clean up. Anyways, it's getting a bit cramped in the kitchen. Let's all go through the living room.
You're not gonna make us play one of your awful trivia games, are you?
They're only awful because you suck at them. Oh, I know. We should tell our new friend the story of how we all met.
We met in high school. The end.
There's more to it than that. We all sat next to each other and didn't talk for like a year.
I actually thought Kate was a mute, so I tried learning sign language just to say hello.
And then you went up to her, made a bunch of gestures, and next thing I know, you're both on the floor.
I thought he was making fun of me. I thought you both were.
Lucky I was there to calm you both down. But, long story short, after that we were inseparable. We ate the same spots, took the same classes. We probably would have shared the same clothes if Sean could fit a size 6. The goat? You mean like an animal with hooves and horns? Take it where? You might want to ask Sean. He's the one with the strange hobbies.
Don't worry. You'll get used to Mara slandering me. I know I have. Where are you from, anyway? Vault 101. That's a strange name for a town. Must be one of those newfangled cities out west. I'll need a second job before I can afford to live there.
Didn't you work 2 jobs in high school?
I did. And you two were working at McKinley's store, right? I remember you told me how you used to swipe cash from the register.
Yeah, I remember.
I even did the math, and you were making like $40 an hour. That's a hell of a lot of money for selling pop and jelly beans, that's for sure.
Yeah, it was pretty good money. Well, at least until Mr. McKinley got wise and threatened to call the police.
Really? I never knew that. Did you get arrested?
We did. Kate even had to spend a night in juvenile detention.
Oh, God. I'm sorry, that must have been horrible. How come you never told me?
Well, there's a reason we didn't talk to you for the rest of that summer.
What do you mean?
You're the one who told him, right?
Told who?
McKinley. You told him we were stealing. Admit it, it was you.
Mara, sometimes I can't tell if you're joking or not.
I'm not joking. We all know it was you. It had to be. Only you knew how much we were spending.
Okay, well, I'm sorry, but I don't remember half the things people told me in high school, let alone whatever shenanigans you and Kate were up to.
Oh, come on. You forget the combination to your locker. You forget what the capital of Kansas is. You don't forget this.
I don't know what you want me to say.
Just tell the truth. I mean, who cares? It was years ago. We've all moved on. There's no harm in just admitting it. It'll be good for you to get it off your chest.
There's nothing to tell. You were stealing hundreds of dollars a week. Not even McKinley was stupid enough to ignore that.
Bullshit. McKinley couldn't add 2 and 2 together if you gave him a calculator. Someone told him.
This is fucking pointless. Sean's not gonna say he did it. And frankly, I don't blame him.
And why's that?
Because if it really was Sean, you'd never forgive him. Face it, that tiny sliver of doubt is the only reason you're still friends.
Do you think I did it?
Doesn't matter what I think. I just know it's not worth the drama.
No, don't give me that neutral crap. Mara thinks I did it, but do you? Answer the question.
Yeah, I do. But I don't care if you did. I mean, we were stealing. Telling McKinley was the right thing to do.
Well, you can go fuck yourself then. Right or wrong, I am not a rat.
Whatever. I don't see why we even need to talk about this. Let's just forget the whole thing.
I think it's a little too late for that. I'm not gonna keep hanging around here pretending like none of this ever happened.
To be fair, that's what we've been doing for the past 7 years.
Well, at least you finally stopped being neutral. What about you? You think I'm a rat too? They're not suspicious. They're bitter and looking for someone to blame. Right now, that person's me. I'm gonna go have a smoke. Maybe when I'm done, you two will come to your senses.
This is so stupid.
I know it was him. You have to get him to admit it. But you can try, can't you? He's not going to confide in mere Kate. Maybe it'll be easier to tell you. He was bitter. He worked 2 jobs and we still made more than him. You heard him. He did the math. I dunno. I guess I just want closure. I want to be able to talk about those days without it being so goddamn awkward. Talk to Sean. See if you can't get him to admit what he did.
This is so typical of Mara. She gets everyone on her side, and now I'm the bad guy. I don't know. It was 7 years ago. I do know she didn't talk to me for like 2 years after that. Then all of a sudden we sat together senior year, and it was like nothing had ever changed. We've been friends ever since. Kate was always following Mara's lead. We both were. So when Mara started being friendly again, all 3 of us started hanging out. I was working 2 jobs and taking classes. And to be honest, I can be a little self-absorbed. I'm beginning to think that's why she was so mad at me. Did I notice they were buying a lot of things? Sure. But I was a teenager. I didn't know how much things like dresses and perfumes cost. How should I know? A customer probably saw them and told the owner. All I can tell you is, it wasn't me. Because I'm not a liar. Why should I pay the price for their mistake? The truth is, Mara wants a scapegoat because she can't own up to the fact that it's all her fault. But it's not about the fact that she did wrong. We all know that. It's about trust. And I feel like no matter what I say, she's not going to trust me either way. So what's the point? This is ridiculous. I'm sick of being interrogated like a goddamn criminal when I've never stolen a dime from anyone. So you want me on that cross? Then nail me to it. Because frankly, I'm tired of your shit.
You fucking asshole.
I'm the asshole. I was working 2 jobs, Mara, and every paycheck I earned was honest. Meanwhile, you 2 were stealing money from a good, decent man. He had a family, for Christ's sakes. But of course, you only thought about yourself. It's funny, because Kate is the one who did time. You got a slap on the wrist. But it's all about you. It's always been about you.
Shut up, you asshole. Just shut up.
Oh, don't give me the crocodile tears. It's your fault you stole that money. It's your fault you got in trouble. But that's how you are. It's been 7 years, and I bet you still haven't apologized to that man you stole from.
I don't owe that man anything.
Why does that not surprise me? Jesus, Mara, he had a wife and 2 kids. That store was the only income they had. But it's you we should feel sorry for. You're the one who got snitched on. Tell me, Mara, why shouldn't I feel sorry for him?
Because he fucking raped me.
Oh my god.
That's why I never went to juvie with Kate. McKinley never told the cops. He dragged me into his office and he locked the fucking door.
Mara.
Everyone always tells me it's my fault. They keep saying, how could you steal from that decent, hardworking man like he was a goddamn saint? Yeah, I took his money. But it's nothing compared to what he took from me. I was 16, Sean. 16. And the fact that you're taking his side even now, it breaks my heart.
Mara,
Just leave.
Mara, I didn't know.
Get the fuck out of my house. I'm supposed to be the strong one. Look at me. I'm a mess.
Well, this is certainly a surprise.
Yes, no one died this time.
It's possible that our guest had something to do with it. We could be dealing with a tainted sample.
I don't understand. The voices on the radio, were they talking to me? Why? This whole night has felt like one bad dream. If there's a chance that it actually is, but how is that possible? You know, for some reason I believe you. Something about it seems real. Yeah, there was a day after it happened that I went back to McKinley's store. It was on the weekend, so I knew he wouldn't be there. I went in and told the girl at the register that I was his daughter, and I need the key to his office. When she turned away, I just left. It was stupid, I know, but I thought if I just held on to that key, I could escape. So long as I had that key, he could never lock that door on me again. I think I do. If you'll come with me. Then let's see what's behind it. Come on.
Oh, give the girl some credit. She's faced challenge after challenge, and not once has she resorted to violence. Mara, if you can hear me.
Oh my god. What is this place?
It's where you were born, actually.
Wait, how are you talking? You're robots.
How cute, dear. She thinks we're the robots.
I suppose this is a classic case of judging a book by its cover.
Dear, you're mistaken. We're human. Our brains are simply encased in these robotic shells. You, on the other hand, are a machine. An android, to be precise. If you don't believe me, take a peek through the looking glass to my right.
Oh my god. It's Sean and Kate and Casey Clarkson?
Oh, you must be referring to android model KC-38472. The Casey for short.
Why aren't they moving?
All the models have had their identities wiped. They'll be given new histories and new personalities for the next trial phase.
This is too much. I need a moment.
Of course, child. You've had a very long day.
Welcome to our facility. It's not often we get human guests. We rehabilitate androids. You see, the models here were originally designed to be soldiers. With the war over, the government believes they should be discarded. It's our opinion they can be reintegrated into society. Believe me, we know the dangers all too well. That's why Dr. Cheng and I have taken such painstaking measures to ensure the rehabilitation is thorough. There hasn't, until now. Mara is our first. Yes, transferring our bodies was Dr. Cheng's idea. Given the length of the process and the violent nature of the subjects, it was an easy decision. The irony is not lost on either of us, I assure you. Of course, it's a very interesting process. We start by implanting the memories into each model. From there, we put them in situations where they can work on their conflict resolution skills. If they choose to resolve their issues with violence, we reset the memories and replace them with a different set. It's a constant tug-of-war between nature and nurture. The goal is to find memories and experiences that negate their predispositions for violence. That was unfortunate, yes. You have to understand that all the models were being tested simultaneously. The McKinley model could have resolved the conflict by notifying the police. Instead, it took matters into an unspeakable direction. Rest assured, we terminated the model immediately.
So, you're saying what happened in the store and everything I've endured for the past 7 years was some sort of test?
It was all for your sake, my dear. We needed to make sure you were ready.
Not to mention the liability costs if you hurt someone on the outside would be through the roof.
Dr. Watkins, please. This is a sensitive issue.
My apologies, I'm just speaking out loud again.
The important thing is that you're rehabilitated. Whether it was with McKinley or Sean, you chose to resolve your conflicts without violence.
You're dead.
Pardon?
I'm sorry, but I'm gonna kill you both.
Oh, don't be silly. You're rehabilitated. Violence is beneath you. Oh dear. Where did you get that weapon?
A long dress and a few curves can conceal a lot of things, Dr. Watkins.
And we were so close. To think she almost made it out the door fully rehabilitated. Either way, thank you for your assistance. Without your help, both Dr. Cheng and I would surely be dead. Yes, I'm afraid I must agree. But look on the bright side. No android has ever made it this far before. That's progress. As for you, I'm sure you've had your fill of this place. The key to the door on my left should be on Mora's body. I suppose it's back to square one for this model.
Don't act like such a sour puss. Tinkering with their memories is your favorite part.
You're welcome to stay, but it will be a while before the androids are ready to begin the simulations.
How can I assist you?
What can I do for you?
I don't know what came over me. I just snapped. Any person? I still can't believe it. I'm an android. I'm not even real. What do I do now? Am I really a killer? Should I just stay here and try again? Am I really a killer? Should I just stay here and try again? You're right. I don't need to be afraid of what's out there. I've been through the worst of it. Here's my key. I'll meet you at the exit. I'd just like a second alone to gather my thoughts before we go. How do I look? That Mara's dead. This is the real me. Or at least I think it is. Who knows? What hair? It was a wig. This is the real me, or at least I think it is. Who knows? But the locker back there had clothes that fit me. I assume this is close to what I was wearing before. Yeah. Let's do this. Wow. I didn't expect it to be so quiet. But I suppose that's what happens when there aren't any people to fill it. I'll leave that to the actual people. Best I can do is add one. I guess I'll just do whatever it is normal humans do. I just have to figure out what that is. Either way, I appreciate everything you've done. If you ever need a gun, you can always have mine. But if you're ever in need of company, well, I think I've had enough parties for one lifetime. What's up? Alright, let's go. What's up? It's funny. I get angry sometimes, you know? Like, how could they do this to the world? How could they just blow it all up? And then it hits me. That world never existed. It was all in my head. To each his own, I guess. Sean was like that. Ever the contrarian. If Sean was even real. I don't know if I'll ever be able to answer that. Probably better to just keep things simple. Take things one day at a time. Is it too late to go back inside? No, I'm kidding. I'm sure it's not all bad. The important thing is, it's real. I guess I'll just do whatever it is normal humans do. I just have to figure out what that is. Either way, I appreciate everything you've done. If you ever need a gun, you can always have mine. But if you're ever in need of company, well, I think I've had enough parties for one lifetime. What's up? Alright, let's go. We heading out? It's funny. I get angry sometimes, you know? Like, how could they do this to the world? How could they just blow it all up? And then it hits me. That world never existed. It was all in my head. Maybe. I don't know. It's just every thought takes you further down the rabbit hole. Like, even that phrase, the rabbit hole. Did that book even exist? Or was I programmed to think it existed? I guess the best thing to do is just block it out. Take things one day at a time. We heading out? You heard what the doctor said. Their personalities were wiped. They're just dolls now. But if I could somehow bring them back, then yeah, I would. They have as much of a right to live as I do. I think that's part of the reason why I'm traveling these wastes. Maybe someone knows how to fix them. Maybe there is a way. Wow, big question. I don't know. I used to be so outgoing. Kate and Sean used to follow me everywhere. But now I'm like a fish out of water. Out here, it doesn't really matter how well I can swim. Well, I'm programmed to be. But I don't know if it's something I want. Well, I took a glance at the doctor's terminal before I left. From what I can tell, it's all muscle memory. So certain movements come natural. Same with certain behavior. It's all subconscious. Pretty much, I mean, I hate to say it, but fighting back, it felt good. But it also felt wrong. So, I guess I haven't forgotten who I am. Not yet. Hopefully not ever. We heading out? I've got your back.